Hello everyone, Joe Neat here, executive producer on Sea of Thieves with another weekly dev update. So firstly, as we shared on our social channels earlier in the week, we've decided against releasing a new game update this week. And really that's because when we're releasing a game update, it takes time from various parts of the studio, from our infrastructure team, the team that releases, the community team, obviously the development team pulling the build together. And we really wanted our focus for this week leading up to Forsaken Shores to be all about Forsaken Shores. And that means that right now our focus at the studio is on running internal playtests where we're testing the latest Forsaken Shore builds, we're looking at balancing feedback, we're looking at identifying any kind of gameplay issues or bugs, and also pushing builds out to pioneers so we can get the same feedback from players at scale and from external players and really take all that data and apply it so we can tune and we can balance and we can just get the gameplay experience of Forsaken Shores into the best place it possibly can be, as well as identifying any potential issues that we only really see when we hit at scale, like that we can only really see when we go to pioneers. So like the new world with all the hazards is looking great, sounding great, it's a real experience, it's a real game changer for Sea of Thieves. And so yeah, the focus really internally is about the rowboats and the cargo runs and making sure that we tidy up any animation kind of things on the rowboat, and really that the balancing and the feel of the new quest type, the cargo runs, just feels right and fits into the world as a whole. So yeah, that's where our focus is right now. As always, when we're heading towards a release like this, it's an exciting / nervous / just hectic time. But yeah, everyone's intent and everyone's focus right now in the studio is to just deliver an awesome build for Forsaken Shores. So obviously we released the teaser trailer last week for Forsaken Shores, which is like one of my personal favorites of the videos that we've done. Loved the kind of change of pace and the tone and the music. The song was really cool. And what you'll see there is a hint to kind of the content of the time-limited campaign within Forsaken Shores. And really what you're going to be doing as players is discovering the fate of this crew that first discovered the Devil's Roar part of the world. Very much a kind of exploration-focused campaign, a bit more leisurely than some of the previous campaigns, not any of those time-limited kind of things you have to go and do. So you can take your time during the 3 weeks that the campaign is running, and really you're just going to discover the story of these first ever crew that made it into the Devil's Roar. Obviously with us not releasing a game update this week, that means the Curse Crew Build Rat Adventure runs for an extra week. So that means more time to get those time-limited cosmetics. Alongside that though, as we announced last week, and we put a post on Reddit and on the forums, we've decided for the Build Rat Adventures to make it so that you can earn the doubloons from them after the event itself. So now the time-limited thing is the cosmetics you can earn during that period that the Build Rat Adventure runs. But then beyond that, we really wanted to make sure that we left as much value in the world for all of our players as we're adding these Build Rat Adventures, because there's loads of cool things that we've added there, but making sure that there are reasons and kind of motivations for players to go and get involved with them afterwards if they didn't have an opportunity to turn up during that time-limited Build Rat Adventure kind of window. It means they can go, they can engage, and it just really means we're offering more options for players in terms of how they can progress, the choices when you come into the game. And as we keep adding Build Rat Adventures, it just means there's going to be more choice, more value, and ultimately the game's just going to be a richer place for everyone. So Forsaken Shores aside, which is obviously the focus internally for the studio at the moment, we're also looking at the next Build Rat Adventure. And as I talked about in a previous video, we really want to make sure that we use this as an opportunity to improve our planning processes around work that's coming up in the future, really giving us time to make sure that we test as much as possible, both internally and with pioneers, prior to releasing new content to players, really trying to eliminate and eradicate those issues that we've been introducing on occasion into the build. So yeah, planning is going on at the moment. Work has begun on the next Build Rat Adventure. I can't say specifically when it's going to arrive with people, because we really want to make sure that we use this as an opportunity to get the planning and the delivery process right, and we then apply that to the future content that's coming beyond the next Build Rat Adventure 2. So we'll have more to share on that as we move forward. Our goal here ultimately is to strike the right balance between delivering as much content as we can, which is obviously, like, that's our motivation as a team, and obviously players want as much cool stuff coming to the game too. But we want to make sure that we keep the build stable at the same time, and that we also strike a healthy balance internally in the studio of how we're working to deliver all this content. So really that's how we're looking at the planning process for the next Build Rat Adventure and all of the content beyond. So the next video to look out for this week is behind the scenes on cargo runs, which is the new way to play for the merchants in the game. So some really cool information and detail coming on that and exactly how that works. So yeah, look out for that one on our channels. So that's it for this week. Really looking forward to Forsaken Shores next week. It's going to be a really exciting time, and I'll see you on the seas. Cheers.
That was my favourite video. Thanks very much for watching. If you'd like to stay up to date with everything Sea of Thieves, then please click the subscribe button and hit that little ship's bell for all those notifications. Cheers.